Hello and good happy Tuesday morning. Is Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. I'm Riley King and welcome to this Tuesday morning of your Tuesday edition of WRMK News 12. We got a lot of news coverage to get to on this Tuesday, so let's get started and begin right now. First up, news release from New Hampshire State Police. 3 people injured after a rollover crash in Hopkinton. 3 people were seriously injured after a rollover crash with entrapment on Interstate 89. At 3:25 p.m. on Monday, August 4th, 2025, troopers assigned to the Troop D barracks responded to reports of a rollover crash with entrapment and injuries on Interstate 89 southbound near mile marker 9.4. At the scene of the crash, the troopers found a 2003 Toyota Matrix lying on its side, entangled with a 2017 VW Golf in the wooded area that separates the northbound lanes from the southbound. Multiple trees had fallen on the vehicles, complicating rescue efforts. The 3 occupants of the Toyota Matrix were transported to a hospital with serious injuries. A single occupant of the VW Golf was transported to a hospital to be evaluated for possible injuries as a precaution. The identities of the drivers are being withheld at this time due to ongoing investigation. Both lanes of Interstate 89 southbound were closed for a little over an hour while the occupants were extracted, and then one lane was reopened while the crash investigation took place. Troopers were assisted on the scene by members of Hopkinton, Henniker, Concord, Ware, and Bow fire departments, as well as members of the New Hampshire Department of Transportation who assisted with traffic control and lane closures. All aspects of this crash is under investigation. Anyone with information that may assist the investigation is asked to contact Trooper Tyler Griffith at 603-223-4381 or tyler.l.griffith at dus.newhampshire.gov. Architectural Design Review Committee. This morning in the city of Concord, New Hampshire, there is an Architectural Design Review Committee meeting at 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the council chambers. Board of Mayor and Aldermen. This evening in the city of Manchester, New Hampshire, there is a Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting at 7 p.m. at City Hall. Board of Selectmen meeting. This evening in the town of Maltonborough, New Hampshire, there is a Board of Selectmen meeting at 5 p.m. at the Maltonborough Town Hall. National Night Out events across New Hampshire. Tonight across New Hampshire is the National Night Out event that happens every year in August. The annual community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live. National Night Out enhances the relationships between neighbors and law enforcement while bringing back a true sense of community. There are 39 towns and cities in New Hampshire that will hold a National Night Out event. You can find the um link of the list of the 39 towns and cities that will happen in New Hampshire by going to WRMK News 12 Facebook page. And a couple of locations that will be holding an event tonight in New Hampshire. Concord will have a National Night Out event. Exeter, Nottingham, Manchester, Maltonborough, and many other communities. You can see that complete list again by heading over to our Facebook page and clicking on the link in the article. Pedestrian dies after being hit by a vehicle in Concord, police say. On Monday around 11:35 a.m., pedestrian was struck by a vehicle in Concord, according to police. The pedestrian suffered serious injuries and was taken to Concord Hospital, where they later died. The identity of the person has not been released. Both lanes of Loudon Road were closed for several hours between East Side Drive and Canterbury Road in Burns Avenue. The road has since reopened. The incident remains under investigation. Anyone with information or video footage is asked to contact the Concord Police Department at 603-225-8600. Concord police are still investigating an altercation during March of masked people carrying swastika flag. Police are continuing to investigate an altercation that took place on Saturday while a group carrying a flag with a swastika on it marched through Concord. The group of about 20 people dressed in red shirts wore masks and carried a flag with a swastika on it. Ayotte says she backs efforts to revive the pipeline project as EPA head visits New Hampshire. Governor Kelly Ayotte said Monday she wants to bring back a much debated natural gas pipeline project to increase supplies to New Hampshire. The Environmental Protection Agency had visited New Hampshire yesterday and met with Ayotte and top state officials as he toured Eversource headquarters in Manchester Mill Yard. The Environmental Protection Agency head promotes what the administration is calling cooperative federalism with the states. He is also talking about a top priority of President Donald Trump's increasing energy supply to the Northeast. Ayotte opposed Kinder Morgan's Northeast Energy Direct project years ago, but she said this project is different. Miss Deerfield Fair will be back this year. Miss Deerfield Fair will be held this year at the 2025 Deerfield Fair. There is a new superintendent for Miss Deerfield Fair pageant and a new assistant superintendent of the Miss Deerfield Fair pageant. The superintendent for the Miss Deerfield pageant will be Hildy St. Hilary. If you recognize that name, it's because she was the 2019 title holder. Also, for the past few years, Hildy been involved with the pageant as a judge. The assistant superintendent of Miss Deerfield Fair will be Elizabeth Tingui. Elizabeth Tingui is a lifelong resident of Deerfield, New Hampshire, and she also competed in the 2019 pageant. If you want to be a contestant this year, the application is available at the Deerfield Fair website, deerfieldfair.com/scholarship pageant. And a severe weather alert is in effect for today until 11 p.m. this evening. The New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services has issued an air quality alert for particle pollution until 11 p.m. Tuesday. The New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services is predicting unhealthy air quality for sensitive individuals in the above mentioned counties. Sensitive individuals, including children and older adults, anyone with lung disease such as asthma, emphysema, and bronchitis, and people who are active outdoors. Even healthy individuals may experience mild health effects and should consider limiting strenuous or prolonged outdoor activities. And a press release from New Hampshire Fish and Game. OHRV rollover with injury in Berlin, New Hampshire. On Monday, August 4th, at approximately 1:10 p.m., the New Hampshire Fish and Game was notified of an OHRV rollover on the Pipeline Trail, the town of Berlin. The operator of the OHRV, identified as Joey Juaneo, 42, of Manchester, New Hampshire, was operating a rental UTV at the time of the crash. According to evidence at the scene and witness statements, Joey attempted to turn sharp while accelerating, resulting in the OHRV rolling on to its side. The operator suffered no injuries from the rollover, while the passenger, Jennifer Juaneo, 42, of Manchester, sustained serious injuries. A 911 phone call was immediately placed from the scene requesting medical assistance. Good Samaritans on the trail quickly came upon the rollover and provided ice and medical aid to the passenger. Responders from the Berlin Police Department and Berlin Fire and EMS arrived to the scene shortly after. The passenger was first transported by ambulance to Androscoggin Valley Hospital, then flown to Mass General for treatment of her injuries. Although the investigation is ongoing, excessive speed while turning sharply appears to be the primary contributing factor of this rollover. No further details are available at this time. Families protest town of Raymond's proposed contract for youth football program to use town field. Last night, families in Raymond and surrounding communities voiced their frustration with the town after they said that their youth football program has to leave the field, which they have played on for the last 46 years. The Tri-Town Renegades is a youth football and cheerleading program serving kids in Epping, Raymond, and Newmarket. After a disagreement with the Raymond High School football team, program directors for the Renegades said that they were told they have to pay $25,000 to lease the field after years of not having a formal contract. The Raymond Select Board said that the only formal offer to the Renegades was for a $6,000 rental fee. The Tri-Town Renegades said that they have helped maintain the field in its field house for years. The town said that they have spent approximately $11,650 in taxpayer money on painting and labor for the field. Families are outraged as after years of use, the program would have to leave its home. The players and cheerleaders said that they love the program because it introduces them to their friends and teaches them important lessons on how to be a good person and player. The Raymond Select Board said that they are not trying to be the villains in this story and understand the importance of children playing sports. However, they stressed that they still have to do protocols to follow to ensure things are done right. And that does it for this Tuesday edition of your WRMK News 12 newscast on this Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in, watching, and goodbye.